Welcome. My name is Jess and this is Beginners Yoga. I am here as your guide. Really, your biggest teacher is yourself. I'm literally just here to guide you, but I would like you to really zone in and listen to your body throughout practice. And no matter where you are in your practice, having a beginner's mindset is always so important, even for myself as a teacher and a practitioner of yoga for years and years and years. Whenever I go to learn from someone else, I always have this beginner's mindset going on, and a real awareness as well into your body is important. So if you can, create a little bit of space, carve a little bit of space, turn off phones, just get rid of distractions and turn your space into a little bit of a haven, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes. So as you can see, I've lit a couple of candles and just put my mat down, and I've got this space that's here just for me for the practice, and I really love you to do the same. Today we're just going to be going through a little bit of a sun salutation flow, which is a really lovely way to start moving your body and warm yourself up, and it's also very common within a yoga practice. So just coming through the movements with me slowly and always listening to your body. I'm going to give lots and lots of options for different bodies and different levels of flexibility. To begin a sun salutation, we begin in a pose called Tadasana, which is mountain pose. You want to have your feet underneath your hips. And many people will step like so when I say hip width apart, but really just hip width apart is like so. So you'd be able to get 2 fists in between your feet. And then wherever the top of your mat is, come to the top of your mat. Lift your toes, spread them wide and plant them down so you're connecting all parts of your feet into the ground. Tuck your tummy in with a long back and your pelvis, you want to tuck it under and then lift and roll your shoulders back. With your palms facing forward, close your eyes for a moment. Take a big deep breath and ground yourself with a longer exhale, which taps into your parasympathetic system, your rest and digest system. Bring your arms as you open your eyes up to the sky. Take a big stretch up, reach up. And then begin to forward fold down. And I like to teach bringing the arms out by the sides and forward folding with a flat back, so you lengthen your back. But with a traditional sun salutation, it really doesn't matter. It's just a forward fold. Now can you bring your hands up towards your shins, just below your knees, and once more create a long flat back as much as you can. And now slowly begin to fold down, just softening your knees a little bit and becoming a little bit like a rag doll. You might want to give the shoulders a little bit of a wiggle. You might want to keep the head nice and loose, maybe take your head a little from side to side. And then begin to bring your hands down to the earth when you're ready. Step back with your right foot. And start to bring your right knee down to the ground, looking forwards and up. Bring your hands down to the ground, lift your back knee and step your left foot back to meet the right. We're in a plank pose. We're going to softly, gently bring the knees down to the ground, then the tops of the feet. And now, keeping your hips high, can you bring your chin and chest down to the earth? Now that move can be a little bit awkward. You want to keep your elbows tucked into the ribs if possible. Now glide through to Cobra pose. So here, if the back feels a bit pinched, if you lengthen the arms, you can always bend the elbows, come down to baby Cobra. Or if it feels okay, press into the ground, draw the shoulders back, but your pubic bone is still onto the ground, bearing down. Press the ground away, tuck your toes under, begin to lift your knees off the ground and meet me in a downward facing dog pose. And here we can just walk it through, bending a knee, stretching the toes as you bend that knee and take the opposite heel down to the ground. And then the same on the other side. Now don't worry if your heel doesn't go all the way down to the ground, perhaps you've got tight calves or hamstrings. Just as I say, feel your way in, move a little bit intuitively. Treat this as a guide rather than having to be absolutely the same and worrying what it looks like. Instead, think about what it feels like. Now, what is important in downward facing dog is to spread your fingers wide, all 10 fingers wide, and press into the ground as if you're pressing into sand. And that way, what we do is we activate the forearms and the wrists, activating the muscles there, making them nice and strong. Okay, can you bring your left foot towards your right and send your right leg up to the sky? Take a big deep breath, swoop up. And then step your right foot over to in between the hands, but with your little toe just landing where the right thumb is. Now, if your foot doesn't quite land there, you can take a hold of the foot with the right hand and bring it forward that way. Then step forward with your left foot and roll yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae like a rag doll. And the last thing to rise up is the head. Now swoop your arms up to the sky, breathing in fully. Fill your lungs, bring your palms together and exhale. Draw your hands down to your heart center. We're going to repeat the same thing on the left side. Take a big cleansing breath in. Swoop your arms up to the sky. And exhale. Down we go, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, hands draw to the shins, lengthen your back. Exhale, forward fold. Bring those fingertips or hands down to the earth. Bend your knees a little bit. Step back with your left foot. Nice big deep step back. And then bring your left knee down to the earth. Now what's important here is that you bed downwards through the hips so the hips get a nice stretch. Looking forward, take a breath. And then tuck your toes under, palms onto the ground. Lift your back knee and step back into a plank. Perfect. Now just check in your plank you've got a straight line with your body, you're not dipping down with the hips or you're not too up high with the hips. And then bring your knees, tops of your feet, your chin and chest down to the earth. Breathe in, rise up to cobra. Breathe out, back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot towards your left and swoop your left leg up to the sky, and then step that left foot through in between the hands slightly to the left side so little finger lands where the right thumb is. And then step your right foot through too. And then like a rag doll, slowly roll yourself up, remembering that having a neck and head that's loose is really, really great because it allows blood to flow freely down to your brain. Breathe in, sweep your arms up to the sky. Breathe out, bring your palms together, hands down to your heart. That is sun salutation A. Sun salutation B, we bring our arms up to the sky, reaching all the way up. And breathing out once more, forward fold down. Bringing your hands to the shins once more, lengthen up, and this time see actually if you can place your hands, your fingertips down to the ground if your hamstrings will allow. So we're stretching the hamstrings here, lengthening the back. Now we're going to soften the knees and bring the hands down to the ground, palms down to the ground. Can you take your weight forward a little bit, lifting your heels, palms onto the ground, and we're going to take a little hop back into plank. Now feel free if you want to step back with your right foot and then with your left. Otherwise, try and join me for a little light hop to the back of the mat into plank. Okay, so we're in plank now. We want to make sure the shoulders are starting to draw over the wrists to take what we call chaturanga. In chaturanga, we're going to lower the body down towards the earth. Now, if you find your arms aren't strong enough to do that, then instead bring a knee down to the ground, one knee, and then lower yourself down. You're still building strength in the upper arms, elbows squeezed in, and then pushing forward all the way up to cobra. And then tuck your toes under and roll all the way back to downward facing dog. Fingers spread wide. Downward facing dog is a really beneficial pose. It stretches your hamstrings and it strengthens your upper body. So stretches lower body and strengthens upper body. And just remember as well, we're strengthening the wrists, the forearms, drawing those shoulders away from the ears. And your gaze, what we call drishti in yoga, ideally, well, for a beginner, it's usually down between the ankles. If you've been doing it for a little longer, it might be to the knees or to the thighs, and after a while you get used to being able to look down towards your navel, and that way you really do allow the blood to flow freely down to your brain. So yoga is really beneficial for your brain as well as your body to get the neurotransmitters firing properly, and for chemicals such as serotonin to be all balanced and flowing properly. That's why you get a feel-good sensation after yoga. Okay, let's take the left foot towards the right and swoop the right leg up to the sky. Nice big deep breath as you take that leg up. And now step your foot once more, the little toe landing by your thumb, by your right thumb. So we're in a lunge here. We're going to spin and ground the back heel and then draw both arms up to the sky. So reaching all the way up. Now bend through your right knee, and we want the back heel grounded, back toes at a 45-degree angle. So this is Warrior One pose. We could take the gaze upwards, big deep breath, and then bring your hands down to your heart. And just keep an eye on your front knee that it's not rolling inwards. You want to have, so for alignment wise, you want to have a line from the center of the knee that would land, an invisible line so to speak, in between your middle toe and your ring toe, I suppose we could call it, even though it's not. Bring those hands down to the earth, come onto the ball of your back foot. Let's step back into plank. Practice a chaturanga once more. So bring your shoulders forward. Remember, if you're bringing your knee down to the ground, take the opposite knee down to last time. Lower the body down, elbows drawing behind. Breathe in, swoop up to cobra. If you can straighten the arms, press into those palms, bear down with the pubic bone, and enjoy that nice opening through the shoulders and back. And then tuck your toes under, roll yourself back, all the way back to downward facing dog. And it's important in yoga to always lay off. If you get any sharp pains in your body, it's a signal to lay off. So don't push through those pains. If it's a stretching sensation, that's fine, but no sharp pains. Listen to your body. Let's take the right foot towards the left and swoop the left leg up to the sky. Big deep breath in. Step your left foot in between the hands. Remember, slightly to the left side though. Spin and ground your back heel and breathe in, reach the arms up to the sky. Warrior One. Your hips are almost square, but your right hip slightly to the right hand side. Remember, those back toes are at a 45-degree angle. Look up and then bring palms together, draw your hands down to your heart. Taking both hands either side of your front foot, tuck under the back toes, step back into plank, and Chaturanga Dandasana again. If you want to, knee down to the ground, or both knees even. Inhale, rise up to Cobra. And exhale, tuck toes under, roll yourself back to downward facing dog. And then from here, bending through the knees, we're going to look between the hands and take a little hop, if we can, both feet together in between the hands. Bend the knees and rise up to chair pose, Utkatasana. In chair pose, you want to be able to see your toes. So if you look down, you could see the toes. Reach those arms up to the sky. Bring your palms together, draw your hands down to your heart, lengthen your legs, and draw hands down by the sides. Close your eyes for a moment, take a big deep breath, and notice how you feel. Namaste.